All righty. Well, welcome to my kitchen. Only it's actually not my kitchen, it's my mom's kitchen. But it's pretty funny because the setup's almost identical except for I have a gas stove. So it is always a little challenging to me because my timing can be off, but I'm getting used to it. When you do it every week now, or every other week. Um, and what else was I going to tell you before we get started? I've totally lost my brain. I do want to ask you, can you see me big screen? Like you're seeing, I'm the number one person. Okay, let me just fix it over here. We've got, oh, here comes some more people. Yay. All right, we'll record it as speaker view. And yeah, there was a really nice little image of my butt there. Okay, so we'll get started. And welcome again to my Ohio kitchen, I'll call it. I am Mary Beth Knowles. I am, of course, your consultant with the Pampered Chef for this party. And we actually have 4 parties represented in this video. So whoever your host is, I'm so glad you're here. And I will be recording. This is being recorded, of course, you know that. And I'll be posting the recording tomorrow. I edit it before I post it, so all the ums and goose and drops and whatever will be taken out. So if you end up wanting to rewatch it for any reason, you'll be able to do that without it being as long and hopefully as goofy sounding as I was just a minute ago. So we are going to make a really quick and easy recipe that I really love to do this time of the year. It's called oven roasted chicken and veggies, and it's just a really hearty, quick prep, put it in the oven to finish off kind of recipe that you can make on a busy night, especially at this time of the year when we've got, the holidays coming. And as if life isn't already crazy, now you've got holiday things on top of it, right? So I want to know how many of you, and you can just throw it in the chat or you can, unmute and announce how many of you are hosting Thanksgiving dinner this week. Who else hosting Thanksgiving dinner? I know Angie is. Anybody else? We are in my house. Although apparently my kids have taken over and they're doing it all. I guess I think I get to do the turkey. Cheryl says no, awesome. Not hosting. So, and how many of you are traveling? So this is pretty interesting. I have to drive home to New York on Sunday, and they moved the Bills and
Browns and Bills.
Browns, golly, I'm blanking. You can tell I live in Bills country. Sorry, Browns fans. This is one of those games I really don't know who to cheer for because I have such affiliation with both. But anyway, yes, I moved back to Detroit, so I'm just kind of hoping the weather holds up so I can get home. But anyway, so if you're not hosting and you're traveling, I hope you don't have to go too far and that you're able to have a delightful holiday with your family and friends or whoever it is that you're gathering with. And if you're having a quiet one at home, which is my every other year, that can be really nice too, to just kind of hunker down and not have to answer your phone all day, right? So not have to think about anything. So anyway, again, I love this recipe because it comes together really quickly and it features all those really great autumn vegetables, most of which I eat year round, but in the autumn, they taste especially good. So it is going to be done in our family stainless skillet, and I actually picked this skillet on purpose. So the recipe, when I send you the link, it'll show our family skillet, which is part of our Brilliance collection. Oh, Cynthia says her son and daughter-in-law are hosting. That'll be nice. So anyway, when you get the picture, it's going to show a different pan. It can be made in any 12-inch skillet or in any.
I can hear it.
Hold on for just a second. It can be done in any 12-inch skillet or There we go. Okay, can you hear me now? So we're gonna just start this over. And hopefully I won't make any more stupid mistakes. This is why I edit it before I post the video. All right, so we are making the oven roasted chicken and veggies. We're doing it in the nonstick stainless skillet because that, again, I was saying when I was muted, the stir fry skillet is one of many things that are on sale this month with the holiday sale. The stir fry skillet stainless retails for $240. This month you can get it for just $99. And here's the thing I want you to hear, because it's not too late to do this. If you decide you really want that pan and $99 is still out of your budget, we can still do a party later this month and you can get it as host for just $39.60. So that is an amazing deal. And it is super easy to host these virtual parties. You know, you invite everybody, I do everything else. It's that simple, and I walk you through the process. So just keep that in mind if you decide this is something you'd really like. There's a whole lot of other products that were just put on sale this week. So you guys it's a good week to be in a party, but it's also a great month to host a party. And again, I still have openings for next week and the last week of November if you're interested to do that. It's very, very easy to host, especially on our new platform. So anyway, so we've got some oil heating in this skillet. And like all of our cookware, the stainless nonstick is dishwasher safe and it can go in the oven. So we're actually starting this recipe on the stovetop and then we're going to put it into the oven. And it's just a basic chicken and vegetable, but I just love it so much. So we've got some chicken over here that we've seasoned. And the recipe calls for boneless, skinless chicken breast. When I went to the store today, they were $4 a pound, and these were $2 a pound. So I got the chicken tenders instead. So you can substitute, either one will work. You could use boneless chicken thighs if that's what you have on hand. Just, you know, whatever. You don't have to be too particular. But I want to show you is I've got them on a cutting net here, and I don't know if you can see if I put it up close. So they're already seasoned. If you put your chicken out 10 to 15 minutes before you're going to cook it and season it with salt and pepper and let it sit for at least 10 to 15 minutes, it really makes your chicken much more tender. So if you've ever had chicken where it just, you know, you cook it, you follow the directions and it's still a little tough, if you season it and let it sit for at least 15 minutes, it makes a huge difference. And ideally, if you can do this even the night before and stick it in your fridge, let it season overnight, that's even better. I am not that good at thinking ahead, so I have never succeeded in doing that. But I will recommend it because that was what I learned from our test kitchen chef a couple years ago, and I just thought it was brilliant. So we're going to sprinkle this with some seasoning. The recipe calls for Italian seasoning. I thought I had it with me, but I don't. So we're using the herb and onion instead. Either will do. You know, if there's a different seasoning you like, go for it. It's not going to make or break the recipe, but it does give it some pretty yummy flavor. And I really do like this garlic and herb seasoning is what we've got here. And what we're going to do is put it in the skillet. So I've actually had this oil heating for a couple of minutes. It's really important that you let your oil heat before you add the food. And the reason is because if you put your food in the oil when it's still cold, it actually will just suck up all the oil. And then it doesn't really do the job that it's intended to do, which is to add flavor and, of course, keep it from adhering to your pans. Although with these pans, it's more just adding some flavor and healthy fat to your diet. So you want to let it heat up for 3 to 4 minutes. And the way you know it's hot is when it applauds for you. And this is just a little saying that one of my team members said was, and I thought it was brilliant. She said, it'll clap. It'll clap when it's hot enough. And so let's see if oh yes, we can hear it clapping. So if it sizzles, it's clapping for you. It's saying, yes, you let me sit here long enough. And it is hot enough to put your food in and it'll cook it better. So we're going to let these cook for about 4 minutes on one side, and then we're going to flip them to the other. So here's another one of my tips when you're cooking with raw meat, especially chicken. And that is you're going to want to use 2 different sets of tongs. You're going to use one set of tongs when you're putting the raw chicken into the pan, and then we're going to use a different set of tongs when it's time to actually serve it. The reason is because when you're using the tongs to put the raw chicken in, and then you use those same tongs to pick up the cooked chicken. Well, the chicken on the tongs has not cooked. And so you're transferring bacteria. A lot of times when we think we have a stomach bug, what we really have, I hate to tell you this, it's food poisoning. And it often comes from transfer of bacteria because we're using the same utensils for cooked food that we use on raw food. And chicken is a big one. So always have a second pair of tongs. We have a smaller pair of these that I have in my kitchen at home. I thought I brought them with me, but obviously I didn't. What I'll usually use is I'll use the big pair for the raw chicken and the smaller pair for the cooked chicken. And then that's how I remember. And usually also, like once I'm done using the tongs on the raw chicken, like after I turn these, I'll put them in the sink or right into the dishwasher so that I don't forget and use them on the cooked chicken. So, all right, I have another question. Can you all hear me okay? Just like put your thumbs up or something in the chat. I meant to put my headphones on and then I forgot. They're sitting right here. I could put them in. Sometimes the audio is not so great, especially when you got there. Can you hear me better? Is that better? Somebody just throw it in the chat. Yes, no, maybe. Let's see. Well, at least I'm not muted anymore. All right. Yes, no. Okay. Well, now I'm getting feedback. So I know what's happening. This is why we're not going to do this way. This will be the part I'll be deleting, by the way, before I post the video. When you have too many Bluetooth out things going on in the same